Hey guys, Craig Summers here again. Wanted to do a review on a red dot sight we got thanks to the guys at Katy Gun Gear. It is the Holoson HS Henry Sam 503C. This is a T1 or T2 aim point micro clone, and so we're gonna do kind of an open box review, kind of show you what all comes with it, a little bit about the optic, and then we're gonna put it on the battle rifle that we got, and we're going to run it through a couple classes, and this will be the optic that we will run at the Tactical Response Advanced Fighting Rifle course in November. So we're going to lay some stuff out and go over this optic. So what we have here is the Holoson HS 503C. This is what you have that comes in the box. Optic covers, I would take that and throw those away. You got a low mount rise that mounts directly on the bottom, and you have two Allen keys. The small one is for changing out the riser to the low base, and then you've also got, I'm sorry, this is not an Allen, this is a star key, and then you've got the bigger one for tightening the screw when you mount it on your rail. And then this little guy here with your battery compartment, you've got two small Phillips head screws. This is actually designed to do those, to screw those in, and then you have this little blade right here that kind of helps pry it out. The battery compartment, it takes a 2032 battery, and it is sealed with a, got a nice O-ring in there, so that battery compartment is watertight. Going to the optic itself, it is solar powered, and you have two settings on there. You can have the auto setting, which when you turn it on, it goes to auto setting, and the solar will brighten or darken depending on what the ambient is. So when we run this thing, that's going to be the main thing we're going to check on is when you run it in bright sunlight, is the solar going to pick up enough and turn that reticle bright enough to where the auto will actually work in the bright sunlight. When you switch it to manual mode, you have two adjustments. You can dim it, you can darken it, and then with this model, it actually has two different reticles. It's got the EOTech reticle, I think was a 65 MOA circle with the dot, and then you can actually go to just a 2 MOA aim point reticle. So it is a dual reticle. When you turn it on, it does have a 12-hour run life, which is a little bit better than the EOTechs, but I prefer kind of the aim points and then the other models of the Holosons, which I believe it just has the, it is the non-solar, I believe it's their 403 series, but it is the non-solar, just the 2 MOA dot, and that thing, you can actually turn it on, and once it senses movement, it'll kick right back on, and the battery life on those things are pretty good. The battery life on this actually is not bad. I think it's 30,000 hours for the EOTech reticle, and then 50,000 hours for the aim point or the 2 MOA reticle. But just like I said, remember that that is not continuous. So after that 12 hours, you know, you're gonna have to turn it on. So, all right, guys. So you can turn it on by either pressing the minus or the plus button. And in order to change the reticle, you actually hold down the minus button, and it will switch between the 2 MOA to the EOTech reticle. So I'm holding it down, switching it. You hold if you hold the plus button down, it doesn't really do anything when you're in the automatic mode. And in order to get it back from manual, which is what I'm in right now, to automatic, you just turn it off, and then, like I said, you can turn that thing right back on. The cool thing is when you're looking at it, I'm just putting my hand over the top, and it will auto darken. And then in order to get it to the manual mode, all you got to do is just press and hold the plus button for about 3 seconds, and then you can adjust it from there. So plus changes from auto to manual, and then minus changes your reticle. And if you want to go back from manual, like I said, all you got to do is just turn it off and then turn it back on. The mount is T1, T2 compatible. I don't know why that would make any difference. I mean, this Optic is around 180, 200, 220 bucks. So why would you put, you know, $75 mount on a $200 Optic? The mount that they actually have right here, I'm going to put some blue Loctite on it when I mount it to the gun, but I've actually run an Optic like this. It was a different Holoson model, but the mount is actually a pretty solid mount. Optic, I believe the housing and the mount and the little mount are made out of 6000 series aluminum. It does feel very durable. And I believe this does offer the lower third co-witness, so it is the high mount riser. So it does a pretty good job. There's really no need to put a different mount on there. It does what it's supposed to do. So over here, what I'm going to do is unscrew your elevation and windage, these caps. And I don't know if you can see it, but they do have, if you'll notice on the Optic, they have these little notches in there. These caps on the outside also have that little notch to where you can actually put it in there and adjust windage and elevation. Also, the cool thing is on the inside of the cap, it lets you know which way is up. And so it looks like on this one, up and to the right, you turn it counterclockwise. So that's your elevation, and then your windage. Same on both. So they kind of take the guesswork out of it, which is pretty neat. Also, one of the things I noticed is when you take the turret caps off, it is both windage and elevation are sealed with an O-ring. So I could put this in water and it would be completely fine. So one of the things that the manufacturer does say is it's designed to operate in all environments, hot, cold, wet. Like I said, the Holoson that I did use about a year or so ago, used it in a real crappy environment. It was about 50 degrees and raining. It did ended up fogging up a little bit, but the no water got inside, and red dot stayed on. Cool thing about Holoson is their warranty. I basically took that back to the guys at Katy Gun Gear. They swapped it out for a brand new one. They then took the old one and I guess got a hold of their rep and took care of it. So guys, this actually is a pretty reasonable Optic. It seems to be fairly well made. And the price point on this one, I believe, is around 220 bucks, 200 bucks. Like I said, if you do get one that does not solar powered and doesn't have the dual reticle, I believe that price point drops below 200, 180 area. So it's a good Optic so far. And we're going to mount it on our battle rifle, and we're going to put it through its paces, and we're kind of going to see what it does. Let me turn this on real quick and see if I can. I know a lot of people say cheap counterfeits. If you look at it from this side, you can see the dot, and it seems pretty decent. So guys, kind of the open box review, Holoson HS503C. Next time you see this, it will be mounted on our battle rifle, and we're going to put it through its paces. So guys, if you like the videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and go to our website. All the links are below in the description box. Thanks, y'all. Have a good day.